In this video, we will continue on with machine learning, and you can see here what we're going to do is basically we're going to grab a part of a sentence, and eventually we want the machine learning to figure out which sentence it eventually is, and we'll grab it and we'll show the remaining sentence. But this is a fair warning that this takes some time to load. In total, it will take almost 10 minutes time, at least for me. But luckily I cut that part out of the video, so you don't have to worry about that. But you will see the result is here, and it's quite interesting. In this video, which is the part 2 of an introduction to machine learning with Brain.JS, we're going to continue on with our data training. And now, instead of numbers, and so far our numbers was, to be honest, quite unsuccessful, let's try to convert it into text. Maybe we have more success with that. So what we can do here is the following. You can have here multiple strings of text. So for this example, to avoid too many items, we're going to put in just 3 pieces of text here. So let's say here we're going to find the different sentences here. So I say here, well, let's see what we can say. We say I go to the supermarket. Alright, that's number 1. Then the other one would be I use chart.js to draw charts. Then we have another one here which is completely different. A bar chart is easy to make in chart.js. Alright, now we have 3 sentences here. So what we're going to do now is basically, based on the text we use here, we would like to have the machine learning to figure out which one we should grab. So we're going to remove all of this data here, and here we're going to put a string value, and this will be, well, if you want to have this one, I use chart.js, I'm going to grab only the first 2 sentences here, or first 2 words of this sentence. And then if I save this, and remember, if you save this and you're going to refresh this, make sure your console log is open. If I'm going to refresh it, you will see it will take far more time now. It goes very, very slow. And the reason why is because with machine learning and you're having strings, it will take some time. So this is why I'm going to just pause the video and wait for the result. And I probably will not show this multiple times because it takes up to 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how fast your computer is and how heavy and how many sentences you have. Having lesser is better than more in this case, just for demo practices. Alright, so after almost 10 minutes, we finally got the answer here. And you can see here we have the iteration, and there's multiple iterations here. And this is eventually the completion of the sentence. So let's double check what I had. I use, and then you can see here, I use chart.js to draw charts. Alright, so this works nicely. So, of course, we can play around with it a bit more. Just a fair warning here with strings, it really takes a long time, and probably also depend on the performance of your computer. So with this, you can basically play around more. Of course, we can do even more things here, because basically here it starts to recognize a certain item, and then you can put in another logic here to analyze certain things. You can go deeper and deeper. That would be probably a good topic for the next video, because we have this one. Now I would say just play around with it, play around with these text here just for extra practice.